Gunshot in the air. Nigeria jaga jaga. Everything scatter scatter. Come on, they suffer suffer. Bossa bossa. Gunshot in the air. Africa, please you love your land. Africa, please no more than land. We did grow, we did grow, we did grow. Hey, there's still that world. We did grow.
Walker, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There's still that.
Your music is louder, yeah.
It's what about cool, yeah. Never want it irregular. For one night for Nigeria. They to Ikeja, 100 naira. West Class in a popular action film for Nigeria. This is what you're still doing now. They live big life. High estate for Calabar. That Nalaberia mafia for Nigeria. Everything's jaga jaga. Jaga jaga. Woman, they suffer, suffer. Gosa, gosa. Gunshot in the air, what you say? Nigeria, jaga, jaga. Everything scatter. Woman, they suffer, suffer. Gosa, gosa. Gunshot in the air. Nigeria, jaga, jaga. Everything scatter, scatter. Woman, they suffer, suffer. Gosa, gosa. Gunshot in the air. Nigeria, jaga, jaga. Everything scatter, scatter. Come on, this suffer, suffer. Bossa, bossa. One shot in the air. Nigeria, jaga, jaga. Everything scatter, scatter. Come on, this suffer, suffer. One shot in the air.
Zebrodaya, New Masquerade.
That's it.
Winifred, go ahead. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Oche Kitchen Discussions. Today, we have a very, very interesting topic, growing up in Nigeria. What was it like growing up in Nigeria? Or what is it still like growing up in Nigeria? And as you people can see, we are repping Nigeria, wearing our green and green, white, green, and all of that. But before we go into today's discussion, I would like to remind us to please advertise with us if you like Oche Kitchen's discussions and what we bring to you at ochekitchendiscussions@gmail.com. Now I hand over to IJ to take it away.
All right, Oche, go ahead. Thank you, Winifred. We can hear you. You're on mute. You're on mute. Oche, you're on mute. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, guys. Nigeria is one of the most diverse countries in Africa on ethnicity and culture. There are over 400 ethnic groups in Nigeria, with Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba as the major ones. Nigeria has a population of about 45% Muslims, 54% Christians, and 1% practice traditional religions. Nigerians are very lively, happy, and warm people, even though majority are poor, and the food is so delicious. No matter the situation, Nigerians believe they will survive. This never say die attitude has really helped us to adjust to life all over the world. Nigerians would rather say, I no go carry last, loosely meaning I refuse to be the last person in the race or I refuse to be a victim of circumstance. The music and movie industries in Nigeria has also shaped our childhood. Though the movies were generally of low quality in the 90s and early 2000s, major progress has been made in the past 10 to 12 years. You can find quality Nigerian movies on Netflix these days. Our teenage music scene was mainly dominated by American music and artists back in the days. But in the late 90s and early 2000s, artists like Plantation Boys, Idris Abdulkarim, Ike Dairo, Sasha, Rugged Man, Remedy, and the rest of them began to take over the music scene, and the airwaves became livelier. Nigerian Afrobeat, one of the biggest genres in music coming out of Africa today. Heidi, over to you.
All right, thank you, Oche. Kids these days will never understand how we grew up and the fun we had. So having said that, the first thing we're going to talk about is punishment in a Nigerian household. How was it? Winifred, I know you were batching, go ahead. I know you were being punished every day, so go ahead. So how was punishment for you?
Today, the parties were tech. You have to sneak out of the house and lie about it. And then when you come back, the punishment is waiting for you. Like my mom back then, maybe I might have to go to a party with my brothers or something like that. And then when I come back, the guys will be left alone. But for me, my mom will go and carry, what is that thing called? Bitter leaf. She go and pluck bitter leaf. I come and keep it waiting for me. As soon as I come back, I look at that bitter leaf. Oh my goodness gracious. Right there and then, I will start crying because I hated that thing with a passion. If onubo as punishment. But then again, thanks for...
I want to take that than cane now. I'll do the onubo now, than flogging.
No. No, my mom never flogged me, but that was always my punishment, if onubu and all of that. Then my sister would always come around to help me for all the onubu and all that. So
that's good.
I was just a...
If my mama, how about you? I know you looked so innocent growing up, but we all know you're a monster.
And I'm here to disappoint you. I'm here to disappoint you. Funny enough, I got up to so many things not disclosed, but I had a punishment. But one striking one that nobody in the family forgot was, I have my daddy, he only needs to talk and everybody will hide under the bed. Once we hear the car horn by the gate, everybody will be corrected. Daddy's back, daddy's coming back. Everybody will run out to scatter. So this day, my stepmother, I grew up with my stepmother at the time. She asked me to wash the dishes and it was not my turn because we took turns then. It was my younger sister, Kiru's turn to wash the dishes. And she insisted, because she wanted to tell me she's the madam of the house, she insisted I'll do it. I said, but I washed in the afternoon, it's not my turn. My daddy came back and she reported me to my daddy. And however she put it, daddy came down and said, where are you? Why would you not do what you were asked to do? Seatbelt, eh? This man took me and flicked me on my bed. I was crying immediately. I watched the plate without even being told. Nobody forget. And I even told my daughter the story. She even reminded me the other day. I said, yeah, that's about washing plates or doing the dishes. I didn't have so much like you.
Oche, you uncle.
No, I didn't. I was so scared of being flogged.
Punished. I know.
So yeah. So I always tried to be on the right side. But of course, having a teacher mom, there were times that you didn't have to do anything as long as you're among. Okay. So there were times, the times I can say maybe I was flogged because my mom would always tell you that whatever it is, 6, 3 on each palm. That was her favorite mode of punishment. But other times, what I got most of the times was to kneel down. It's so amazing how I don't have rough knees.
I do.
Honestly. I don't know how that happened because 3/4 of the time, my mom would always say, she doesn't even need to talk. She just points and you go and take a position. And woe betide you if she's marking scripts because she can forget you there. So it was so bad. And we know that you dare not get up until you're told to get up. asking you to kneel down might look like it's nothing, but until she says get up, and if you get up, you must say thank you.
Of course, now you have to behave. Yeah.
There was a time my younger brother, I've forgotten what he did, and my mom asked him to kneel down. And my aunt came. She felt that he was too young to be given that kind of punishment. So my aunt told him to get up. He refused. My aunt went and carried him up. He knelt down in the air.
Yeah. For me, few times my dad flogged me. I don't remember what I did, but I know I was a tomboy. I was doing things with my always with my older brother. And I know my father will wait till when we go to bed, then he'll come and lock the room and then start, yes. So the only thing I could climb was the burglary proven. But I know my brothers were beating me every single day. So I got beat every day, both in school and both at home. So I know my brothers, because whenever they tell them not to do something, I used to tell on them. So my brothers, I don't know if it's part of the punishment, but my brothers beat me every day. But my mom used to shout like me. I shout now. So my mom was always shouting and throwing like slippers and stuff like that and kneeling us down. But yeah, basically my father will wait till you sleep, then he'll come and flog you. All right. Anybody else have any experience to share with us?
Please share your experience, because I know all of you. I can see faces.
No,
I know what
apparently
did
they
in Aba.
are all angels. They didn't do anything.
I remember.
You have anything to share?
I know your history. You better talk.
Ify, I will disappoint you. I didn't remember any
punishment.
Childhood story.
You didn't. You weren't punished growing up.
I was a wonderful child. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I was a wonderful child. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I believe that because I can't remember Onye being punished.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But I wasn't punished in front of everybody. I was actually punished at home because I was the first child. And it was more like when you have a military father, you had to behave yourself as much as you could. I was daddy's girl though, but I wasn't mommy's girl. Mommy really didn't like the fact that I was daddy's girl. So it was a matter of you may hold your mommy deals with you. And leaves daddy. What the woman need. Goodness gracious God.
That's why she's mommy.
Or reset your brain immediately. That is reformat. So it was just mommy that was always the disciplinary when it came to you. But every other person, it was daddy, and daddy's kneeling down was go to the gravel, kneel down the epic pin. It was terrible. It was disastrous. But I tried to be good. I did. I know I jumped the fence 2 or 3 times, but all the same, I still tried to be good.
The fence you jumped, was it at home or at school?
I got a party. I went to a party near fence. They caught me as I was jumping in
home
back.
Or
Daddy,
school?
It was home. I was home. Daddy now looked at me. As I was jumping, the first thing that came out from my mouth was, Daddy, don't you go to sleep? Why are you not sleeping now? I was saying my friend just kneel down there. And after a military belt. Oh my goodness gracious God. I think I remember
the experience, but I think I was in college, so I wasn't being flogged. But my dad locked all the gates, so I slept on the corridor, me and my cousin. But the next morning, he saw us and started smiling. He was like, he doesn't want us to do that again. That all the guys were at home, that the girls were the only ones who left the house. That was his only way. Not that we went to the party. Yeah, I had a similar experience. All right. Anybody else?
She's looking so innocent. Can she be innocent as a bad girl?
I know she can never be innocent. It's not possible.
Vivo J.
Right.
No,
Vivo wants to say something.
I have
Vivo J, go ahead.
One particular punishment that is very, very unusual. And it wasn't frequent, but my mom did it a few times. And it was, she will sing for you.
Sing for you?
I'm telling you, like, if I put it in Uguta, she will
go ahead.
With a song.
Oh my God, that is highest.
And you will like regret that is, you would never, ever do that kind of thing again. I know time is always not on our hands. So let me just say briefly, I was angry out of Nayoka, and then there's this cock, chicken or hen that belonged to an, and it kept disturbing me. So I used a stick that I was using to chase flies or something and hit that chicken, and the chicken died. And it didn't.
She committed murder, she wrote.
Someone who can never, she can't cut a fly. So she can never have any problem with any neighbor. So she sang for me that day. She was saying, "If she sang for me, and so I think she did it about 3 times. But each of the occasions she sang it, you will be so cold and sober. So that was a punishment, but is a very strange punishment.
Wow, cool. I never heard that before.
Me neither. Talking about following on what Viv said, I had an interesting conversation with my 12-year-old daughter yesterday about smacking. Now, I told them, then we caution you. She said, but mommy, that doesn't mean smacking. I said, caution can come in some of smacking or talking to you. But back home in Nigeria, growing up in Nigeria, we were being smacked because we knew that was pain on our skin, and you'll avoid doing that so you don't feel that pain on your skin. That if they were just talking to me, knowing who I am, I'll say she will only talk. Daddy will only talk. It's okay, mommy will only talk. So it depends on the child. And Viv, that means that you're one of those that just the words only resets your brain. I don't think that will reset my brain. Action, activity. One more can tell.
Back then, if you don't show up for the assembly, the teachers, once you are caught, they will flog you like.
So Winifred, going to that. Okay, go ahead. The next one is school education. What was your experience in school? So go ahead, since you started talking about school.
You all of you know now. It was 1 week to 1 trouble.
The audience don't know you now.
But it was 1 week 1 trouble. I had the time of my life in school. You know, I passed through the school and the school passed through me. I did virtually almost everything. I went to parties, I jumped the fence, you know, go to parties, I was deported, you know, and then I was always on every teacher's radar. So whether it was another group was caught. You just mentioned Winifred, you just come and carry me. And then the flogging wasn't here.
I don't even have such memories of you, Winnie. The only thing I remember that you had the golden voice and you were always singing. Honestly, I'm just hearing for the first time that you were naughty.
Because you were always in your on your bed, quiet.
Yes.
No,
I used to be quiet too. That I watch people and I just crack jokes and all of that. But you know, adolescence kicked in, and then you needed to explore and then have fun and enjoy yourself, and that was just it. But
okay, I have to go next because I have something a bone to chew. Me and Ifeoma Mama, we were bunkmates, right? We were basically good girls, but the things that we made lots of noise. I know they're making noise too much. And first, I was the only one without a school mother, no sister, no big brother, no nothing, right?
I didn't have
every time we got into trouble, they would kneel us down and somebody would take Ifeoma off. And I was always like, every day it was like the seniors punished me for one thing or the other. Either I didn't take their place to the dining room, I didn't do it, you know what I mean? And the thing is that I do it with this Ifeoma girl and they'll come and take her off and say, oh, Ify mommy, because she was so petite and, you know, small that time. And I don't know, they thought she was an angel or whatever, but that should piss me off a lot. Yeah, pissed me off a lot. Yeah.
I can imagine. It wouldn't just piss me off. I'll actually be hurt.
Yeah, it hurt me. It hurt me, yeah. Even when they did the centering too, Ifeoma was part of us, but she wasn't flogged.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Me. They didn't have the liver.
Yeah, somebody always takes it. I don't know what she does for them. Ifeoma, can you explain?
Do I really have to answer that nonsense?
No, say your own experience. Go ahead.
I guess what it was, no, I don't know how to defend myself with what you just said. We need to go to court and answer to that. Generally in school, in as much as I'm always in that bubble of the bubbling people, I'm always happy, I'm always in that crew, but I hardly got punished. I don't know how it happened. Talking about it, even at home. Do I have my sister here? I don't know where she is.
Yeah, Ego is here,
yeah. Even at home, I hardly got beaten. And what my brother said to me, my elder brother said to me, Fama, you are very smart. That he will be targeting me. No, that's the word we use back home. He will be targeting me, and when he is almost there, I will behave right. And then that clears everything out again. So I think that diplomacy has always been in me, and I'm still applying it as the day goes on, and it's been working. So I guess you have to take a clue.
But they'll kneel both of us down. But they'll kneel both of us down, and somebody will come and say, "Oh, happy Ifi, mommy." So you were already caught.
No, they would have understood I wasn't part of that noise making at that time. Maybe I was listening.
Actually, I didn't know if my mom was a noisemaker back in them days.
You didn't know how to noisemaker?
No, I didn't.
You were never around now. You were jumping first. How will you know?
How many times I jumped the fence?
For those of you who don't know, we're all the three of us were in the same hostel in the boarding school. So that was why we could attest to certain experiences.
So, all right, Oche, go ahead. So how was boarding school for you? Or school, anything, education?
It was okay. It wasn't that eventful for me, but I had different experiences, which that became a baggage for me over the years. But generally, it was just there.
So you didn't have fun in boarding school?
I did. Some things were really interesting for me, but not necessarily that I was always missing home, actually. Oh. I was always homesick. Mm-hmm. So, and sometimes I would want my dad to come, and when he comes, it's even worse.
But your sister was in school then, so how could you?
So bloody what? Is my sister home?
So you never snuck out through the back. So you never snuck out through the back gate or front gate to go home. Hey,
no, I did not.
Hey,
never bought food outside.
No, the food.
She saying that she jumped first to go. Not first.
I jumped from me go. I'm not a punishment in my turn.
So happy I go.
Happy chara me here my fingers. Happy like here your fingers are this very short.
Yeah, you the same. They show me Pepe.
No,
I got my suspension.
Winnie asked me something which I want to talk about. No, I never snuck out of school. I never went through the back gate.
We had four gates. We had the
I never went through that small gate. The only time I know that I went out of line was when your aunt started selling rice in front of the school.
So it's gonna go right.
No, I didn't go. I sent people going.
It's already going right.
I sent people that were going there. No, hold on now.
It's already go rice. But I gonna go the rice now.
No, I didn't.
And I'll get punished for it.
Hold on, Winnie. The people that were going, I gave them money and container to buy for me.
So you never even went to buy food across the school?
I was too scared to go. So.
Hey. Ayachi, I beg, counter this.
No,
are you there?
For the family part, I didn't get much this thing because it's like I'm the eldest, and my siblings senior him a lot of years. So whenever I'm at home, it's just like it's me to myself. Yeah. But it was here in the school. That's when you see friends and you know. So then my school was a university secondary school. So I jump on the fence, to go to the campus. The campus, so to party, So one of the nights, Anna Batazi, I jumped into her hands with the principal. I say, I welcome. When I march, I was straight to the office. Like the way we dressed to go.
That sounds like Winifred.
She took us like that to the assembly ground.
Wow.
We're not there. For each hand, though, a piagia 36.
Shit.
Each hand 36. Piacha, come see Burakam. I say, okay, everybody get ready. Your suspension for 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks, make sure you're coming back with your parents.
Same in our school back then.
Who am I going to bring today?
You rent a parent from the park.
My parents are
I rented.
parents. My parents are here in the United States. So how am I going to do it? I got one of my aunts. I lied though. I'm not gonna lie. Who quote the story made the thing or thought the case yoku. My aunt now, she wanted to be a good aunt and all that. So she took me back. It clear everything. But it didn't stop. I didn't school. Like the principal could not wait for us to just finish. I still at school as what
year did you finish, Chi?
That was 95.
Okay, and my set was so horrible too. 93 set that every one of us I suspended the whole 93.
Our school was a mixed school.
Yeah, we're so bad.
I was the people now put the boys into the hostel.
Hey, you guys are bringing boys to the hostel?
It was terrible.
The mixed school. It was mixed anyway.
It was terrible. One night, even the DSD security, they came in, they caught the boys. They were like, you people will lie down in these gutters in front of the hostel. Okay, you people will lie in there. Hey, it was something else. No, secondary school was...
Wow, you guys were worse than also.
Hey, it was very bad.
Because they were... Chi, you sound worse than Ijoma's clique because you had the boys in your school already. She went on, what do they call that, morning jogging? Cross country. To get to National High School to get the boys at the gates.
Which Ijoma are you talking about, me?
I remember, you know. It was so bad.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break for the commercial. We'll come back.
Natura International, shipping, clearing with a difference. Natura ship to all part of the world. Part of our services are work on your behalf in searching and buying equipment, truck, cars, machinery, until they get to their final destination. Global freight forwarding, air freight and cargo, warehousing, consolidation, construction, oil and gas equipment, display cars and truck for sale at a competitive prices. Natura International.
Thank you very much. We're back.
All right, thank you, Mama. The next one is what did you hate most about Saturday?
I want to go.
Oh, you want to go?
Go. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, dear.
Okay.
I want to.
Actually, I said in the first this thing that I didn't have much experience because I lost my mom when I was 10. So all the experience before that 10 years was lost. You understand? So I didn't really have that this thing. But the secondary school one was really, really good. You know, I went to a rough school from Ajebo level to Agboro school. And you have to find your level. If not, so we were like, so it was like a survival of the fittest, and yes, you had to belong before you survive in that school. So we really did a lot of things, and every day, 1 week, one trouble. Yeah, Ukwachara, this, that, every day. That is
Girls Technical College.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the school now.
Girls Technical in the
well, not girls, it's boys and girls. So what was sorry.
Oh, yeah. Technical College, yeah, pink and uniform.
Yeah. So you have to really belong before here. So hey man, when experience being one experience Japudu, we did it all there. So
wow.
And my kindness, no, hey man.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so I have some interesting comments on Facebook. I have
something to say.
Oh, okay. Benson, please, can let me just read out some comments from Facebook.
Can Benson go first because he's at work?
Okay, that's fine.
To go in here.
Benson, go ahead. We're talking about my days in school, right? I'll say My days in school was, I enjoyed my days in school, just like the way you said you were being flogged, and just like the way you said, if my mama would be taken out. When I went to secondary school, nobody flogged me. Nobody.
Wow.
Even Anna Bataram, here and I said, the Madaga could tell the senior Miri. I could tell me, I got Bataram Miri. I gave me struck to the
as
younger
a junior
one.
student or as a senior student?
As a junior student, Anna Bataram Miri.
Wow.
Your connection
because,
must have been high.
No. Because when I got school, I got school on scholarship, on total scholarship. Okay. So I'm going to enough provision within my corner. So almost every senior in a school now I be in a corner in the morning to eat.
Don't remind us of those wicked people that have provisions that will not share with us.
they were being bribed, you know that.
I'm telling you.
They were being bribed.
Like I got a factory. I got even like easily seniors got lining up in my corner. Some bros the geisha now because I'm with geisha in quantity. Because most times if I don't like it, I'll just open my geisha.
Do Gary.
So most times, so they see on my corner. So from my class 2, because he am grow class 5, from my class 2, and him school regulator. So I was just like that. Him 4:30 a.m. quarter have let them go to Ayaga prep for morning prayer. It was fun. I think, and then okay, my secondary school days. I think I enjoyed it better than. Although I enjoyed university a little bit, but my secondary school days was more enjoyable.
Because you are born again in college now. How can you enjoy college when you're born again?
If I had your kind of comfort in secondary school, why wouldn't I enjoy?
So go ahead.
Okay, Benson, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to read some comments from Facebook. Lillian Chizobapilaku said, my dad was like that too. Once we hear his car horn, just grab the nearest book and stare into it. And we also have a comment from Adibeli. Adibeli, I'm not going to read this other one. She said she had to tie some weeds, because she believed that once you tie them, you won't get beaten.
Yeah, we all did that.
But then she still got beaten.
Of course, didn't work.
No,
unless you got home before your parents. Once your parents get home before you, your ass is going to be beat.
Yeah. Do you know about the grass, Ojugo?
Yes.
Do you know about the grass? Yeah.
Because
we did it a lot.
No, there's a friend of mine that lives down the street, IJ Benefit. Mm-hmm. When she comes and I'm like, why don't you go home? It's time to go. She'll say, don't worry, I'll tie grass on
I did though, but I got beat.
A particular grass in the bush.
Those tall,
like
there's that belief that if you tie a knot on them, that your parents will not beat you. You won't have any punishment at home.
All right.
That they won't scold you. That when you tie it, you're actually tying their mouth.
Yeah, we all did that. It didn't work.
It doesn't. Never worked. Never worked.
Yeah, never worked. So the next thing is
my mom caught me once, and I was told my life. After
she caught you tying
I was told oh yes, and she knew the whole myth. So she was looking at me when I was done. She grabbed me and said, "Can Coco get that rubbish?" From that day, I'm still thinking about it now. I hurt it.
Really?
Oh God, one year pieces that day, man. So I stopped tying.
It didn't work. All right. The next thing is how much did you hate Saturday morning chores? My worst was using newspaper and kerosene to clean the glass. I hate it.
In school, right?
Like louvers. Even at home, I hate cleaning louvers. Because you have to put your hand through the burglary proof, it's just. So, Oje, what did you hate most about Saturday morning chores? Is it cutting the grass or sweeping? What?
No, in school I didn't get to cut grass. So.
You didn't do agriculture?
No, I don't know what happened about the agric part, but that normal Friday labor time, you know, because I was always a class prefect, so I was always sharing portions. I didn't get to court. And then Saturday morning.
What about Saturday home?
Saturday mornings, initially in just 1 and 2, this glass you're talking about, it showed me pepper. Because sometimes I would finish and somebody will come and do, what is this? And I'm like, I've been cleaning this thing since I woke up, you know? So I was so thankful in just
kerosene is the best. If you use kerosene, it wipes it clean, yeah.
I hated the smell of kerosene, and I have you know, sensitive skin. So each time I used it, my fingers hurt.
Wow.
So for the whole of that Saturday, I'll just be miserable, but I won't be able to say anything. But immediately
somebody said I attended secondary school in Accra, Ghana.
Yeah, that's my friend Ethan.
Ethan, can you give us your experience in Ghana?
I hope it was.
Was it the same as in Nigeria? Okay, while we're waiting for Ethan, Winifred, how did you hate Saturday mornings?
In school or
both? Both.
In school, nothing spectacular. I was always lounging, nothing, doing nothing. Yes.
So you didn't have morning chores?
Which morning chores? To mop my corner. People were always mopping my corner and all of that. To dress my bed, I always find somebody to dress my bed and beg.
Winifred, just to refresh your memory, Winnie, remember we have Saturday inspections every Saturday.
That's what I'm saying now. Saturday inspection. That's what I'm saying now. Somebody was always doing the chores, mopping my corner for me and
morning duty. What was your morning duty? The ones you could remember?
To sweep around that, what is it called? The bell, where we have that large bell. Well, I never did.
Old assembly ground.
Yes, somebody was always doing it for me.
What about What about this sanitation thing, this Saturday sanitation thing? You were never involved in
at home?
Yeah.
At home?
Yeah.
Thank God for a wonderful sister. She was always doing it. My mom was Rabiko. I'll just go and be lounging. What's my own?
Lucky.
I never did.
Yeah,
Mama, I was lucky. My sister was always doing everything for me. That's it.
I hated Saturdays because both home and school, I had to do so much chores. I hated Saturday. Mama, what about you?
Unfortunately, that's the side of me you didn't know in school. Silly you. I did my morning duty. Sometimes I swept and cleaned the toilet, whatever the duty was.
I know that.
Being a good girl, I'll make sure I'll do my morning duty. Keep my corner tidy for the inspection, Saturday's inspection. And at home, even though we grew up with house helps from the day I opened my eyes, the day I left my father's house, those house helps, we call them house help, but they're in charge, which I
of course.
So they had that hold to help us. We'll get involved in everything they do. We wash clothes a lot on Saturdays because that's when you bring out clothes. When you used to wash the younger brother's clothes until it's your turn to start doing your own. I never grumbled about doing housework anyway.
First of all, you do compound cleaning. After that, you come and cook. After that, you wash dishes. Then I be a swapper. Hey, Saturday, I hated Saturdays.
What was that hard brush used for in secondary school back then?
Scrubbing brush. Scrubbing brush.
That's scrubbing brush on there. Hi.
Like you have to go on all fours to scrub the floor.
Thinking about it now, it's
What I hated
it was like a nightmare.
But it was in our brochure, list of things to buy when you're coming back to school and all of that. You have to buy scrubbing brush and then cutlass because you have to cut grass and all of that.
And after you have blisters. I used to have blisters every Saturday.
Oh my God! But we used to do manual labor every Friday.
On Friday afternoon.
Manual labor.
I don't remember that though.
No, every Friday now. Mr. Anya would have come and say, Prefect, and stuff like that. So if you don't do the work, on Monday morning, he comes to fetch you in class.
Yes.
I don't remember.
You now go and do it. It's just
anybody else have something to say?
Yeah, let's see what there are some comments.
Huh?
Chief, go ahead.
Washing.
Winifred does the scrubbing brush.
That's why my cheese talking.
Go on, cheese.
Oh, the scrubbing brush.
No, the washing clothes with hand.
My dear.
I
remember my mom used to get on me on that. And my father would be like, she marry somebody with washing machine. Oh gosh, I hated doing chores.
Father Lord. I hate going to the farm.
We had a farm too. We had a farm.
We had a farm.
We had a farm.
We had a farm in Aba too.
Yeah.
We did a lot of farming.
We had a farm, yeah. We had a farm and we planted every garden.
We go do weed in there. I hate it.
With fingers.
And again, we had a poultry. We had a poultry, and they would take turns.
We had small poultry too, yeah.
We would take turns. Do you know they could share out the chicken? Each person will cut and clean 5 each.
Oh.
So now I can kill a chicken, yeah. Clean
I can do that too.
So we did everything. Fry Gary, proper frying Gary, because we lived in Aba, in the side where, in the Onigwa village, in Abo Hill. So we're doing all of that. Like I keep saying, I can't remember myself grumbling about work, but I enjoyed what I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm so now as an adult, you cherish everything you learned as a little girl. But then when we were doing it, it was like so frustrating.
So much. But they still in my house. They say I'm lazy. I'm lazy, but I still do things. Because I'll do it my own way, gently, but I'll still do it. But I'm not stubborn. I'm a good girl. I maintain.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else before I move on to the next?
All right, yeah. What is a yard? Sagota.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah,
we didn't have gutter though, yeah, but the yard one, yeah.
We had one by the backyard.
Can you just stop? Somebody wrote something, Aji. Okay, the next one is what's your favorite TV show?
It's Waps. Auntie Atabo wanted to talk.
No, that's fine. Now, just going to say something quickly. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I didn't like to do anything. I didn't like to sweep. I didn't like to clean. I didn't like to wash. I didn't like to cut grass. I didn't like to do anything. So I got punished. I got punished on a daily basis, and I was fine with that. You just called my name. I just jumped down from my bed. I just knelt down. You didn't have to tell me what
you're talking about secondary school, right? In
secondary school. At home, I didn't like to do anything either, but I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But as I got older, because I was the oldest girl, as I got older, I realized that the sooner I did the chores, the sooner the parents went out, the sooner we had a party. So that worked well for us. That went well. So it turned out good at the end, I think. Yeah.
I don't like anything chores. I don't like it. And my daughter is the same way. The same way my mother goes on me. The same way me and her the same. It's just the reverse now. But yeah, I know when she grows older, she'll get it. All right. That's anybody else?
Yes.
Viv wants to say something.
I think I was opposite of IJ because I loved the fact that when I do all the things, cleaning, washing, that when my parents came in, they were all so happy.
Oh my God.
So my brothers will even bring their clothes and give me to wash. So that was so good.
Wow. You were the ultimate good girl.
So it was just like that. And for those of you who were in boarding school, I mean, for a difference, I was a day student. So maybe some of all those jumping and things, I didn't experience them, but I didn't cut grass in school either. I was always like Oche. I was also prefect, writing names and allocating the work. So what I hated most was if some people did something or made noise and then they will come and punish everybody, the whole class. So I will just cry because I hated the injustice. So maybe that was why I was always made assistant prefect, because I was small. So I will write those people who made those noise so they don't have to punish everyone. It was injustice.
During our time, actually, in our school, we didn't have a choice. Our school was compulsory boarding. Yes. We didn't have day students. So initially, that's why everybody had the same experience. We didn't even have connection to home per se, because we were all there. No news from home, nothing until visiting day, which is a different ball game. If your parents don't come, you're in trouble because you'll be miserable the whole day. You'd cry and stuff like that. But the experience...
Mine in St. Joseph was a bit different. I remember my father used to come to the school every night.
Your father is a soldier now, Nick. You can't compare.
Exactly. He comes in his uniform with his men.
My parents didn't even bother visiting. My parents didn't even bother visiting.
Let me tell you something. Only hold on. Apart from being a soldier, you had the Ngwa connection. Anybody that knew Mr. Wetman had direct access.
Oh no, our own was the principal herself.
For her. And then Auntie Ngozi liked you.
Auntie Ngozi was my mother's best friend, actually.
Oh, I mean, so what are we talking about? You shouldn't even be in our league.
Okay, I'm sorry. Shutting up now.
Alrighty. So the next topic is, what's your favorite TV show?
Right.
If I'm a mama,
please,
company.
Peter, I want to say something.
Hey, Daddy, welcome to the show. Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You know what? Talking from my own experience, yeah.
Years ago.
And I would like to advise the young ones as well. Now, the training I have right from small through my mom mostly was that, say for instance, I was the only boy in the family and the rest of them are girls. You find that in some families they will be looking at the boy as the only boy and they'll be spoiling the boy.
Yeah.
But in my own case, my mom makes sure I am there doing everything as the girls are doing. When she's in kitchen, she makes me to stay in the kitchen, watch what she's doing. Sometimes I do certain things. They send me message, I do this and that, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that she never spoiled me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
even though you were the only son.
Exactly, you know. Now, what is my experience? I thank my mom every day, even all these years that she has gone. She's in the heavenly world. I thank her for putting me through that, because I've acquired a lot of knowledge. No domestic work that is too much for me. I can cook, I can do everything at home. So my dear ones, what I am trying to say is that, please, and if you have children, please make sure that whenever you are doing something, you are in the kitchen and the children at home, please get them to the kitchen to watch you. They learn, and you are also able to control their movements, and they will learn so much from you. Yeah.
All right. Thank
That's
you,
what
Daddy.
I want to say.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. The next topic is, what's your favorite TV shows? Or, you know.
Make an answer. Make an answer.
Answer Benson.
Cockroach are done.
I don't forget. Wow.
Beatrice.
I remember. Wow.
Beatrice, Zemaye, all those people.
Yeah. Mine was Jaguar. I love Jaguar and Ichoku.
Then Jaguar
and Ichoku was my favorite. Yeah.
You didn't like New Masquerade?
Huh?
New Masquerade was later. I started liking New Masquerade because then I was understanding what they were saying.
Who watched Willy Willy?
Hey!
I like
Joseph Odaya.
I like him tonight, though.
I like him really.
I like Zebediah Korigo.
And do you know, I like Mirror in the Sun. Do you remember Mirror in the Sun?
Ooh, yes,
Mirror in the Sun.
Nosa,
Yinka,
right?
There's Nosa, and there's Yinka there. Mirror in the Sun, yeah.
There's one behind the cloud.
Behind the cloud, yes.
Sunday 8 p.m.
But I don't remember.
What about
I don't remember the plot
Yeah.
of Behind the Cloud. I don't remember what it was, but I remember the name Behind the Cloud.
But you know, there was a time that they started introducing Mexican soaps. The Rich Also Cry.
Oh, The Rich Also Cry. My sister. Hey.
I love
Miriam.
Those twins.
And you know, let me tell you what happened with that. The Rich Also Cry. You know, Miriam was so depressed and she was popping in pills, taking so much pills, right? Then my darling elder sister wanted to, that is just picking up bad habits from movie. She went and took Valium 5. She was acting Miriam on her own.
Oh, Jesus.
I kept on her pill.
All right.
Nobody
Anybody else have something to, please, no more willy. Anybody else has? Apart from willy, what's your favorite?
You guys remember Batty and Company? Madam the Mother.
Yes.
It was a matter of cash.
It's a B.
Yeah.
We remember Zebi. Didn't you hear the tune from Zebi when we were introducing ourselves to it?
Kokra Don Zebi, they were so.
Yeah, Kokra Don was good. Kokra Don,
yeah. Tales by the Moonlight. Tales by Moonlight. 6 o'clock on Sundays.
Things fall apart.
Things. Oh wow, Things Fall Apart. That was a good one.
Those
Yeah.
soaps, they all were Sunday 8 p.m. programs. So when one finishes, they will start another one.
Things fall apart. Oh, one nagata. Can no longer.
Then you all take Goya, the film for no go.
Do you remember Ichoku? What's the name of that program?
Yeah, Ichoku. No, that was one of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah. What did you? I have told them what you asked me to tell them, sir.
Yes.
Is it not that one?
All right, let's go to the last question. The last one. Winifred, can you take this away? How was dating for you in Nigeria?
Dating?
Yeah.
Dating as in boy and girl.
Boy and boy.
Yeah, I'll get it. Okay, boy.
Nobody wants to talk now, Abby.
Winifred wants to talk.
My friends to get.
It was. See,
no, I
growing
can
up.
say,
It's not like
hold on. Winifred is talking.
See,
Winifred,
at that time, you cannot come out publicly and tell your mom or your dad you're seeing somebody or allow the person to come into your house. You have to sneak out, you know, uku mango, uku osisi or whatever, or you might just tell them you're going to the market to go and buy something. You give sneak, you go out and get the person. You know, all those corner moves and all of that. So that was how dating was at the time. But then it got to a point before I entered the university, my mom now said, you know, instead of me sneaking around and giving people something to talk about, maybe I should just tell the person to come into the house.
Yeah,
so
my dad told me that too, yeah.
So I had to, you know, tell the person.
Okay, Mama, what about you? Sorry, if I'm hold on. Oh, you go ahead. You were trying to say something before Winifred.
Oh, okay, fine. It was a, what do I call it? It was a thunderous feat. My father hated every man. I wasn't supposed to know him. Every boy. Yeah. In short, my family friends were not allowed to come to the house without their parents, as far as their men.
Wow.
And then if you see somebody walking across his gate twice, my father will carry his gun, go outside and start peeping. And when the boy goes the third time, he runs and grabs him and says, I have 5 daughters. Which of them are you looking for?
Are you serious?
It was a terrible... You see this thing, they said, oh, your dad called him when you were going to university. Now said, oh, bring the person in. My mother said, man and woman don't be friend. Man and woman don't they be friend.
Exactly.
That was her word. My father was like,
exactly.
My father was my father hated. Exactly. My father did not want to hear man. That a boy was. Do you know they knelt one poor boy down? The boy, I told him, don't come to my house. We went for lesson, SBS lesson. I will remember. I won't forget it. We're trying to take SSCE. We went for lesson. This boy kept following me. I said, please don't come to my house. Somebody said the father is a military man. This boy insisted. And came to the house. I got for a Sabbath in church on Saturday. The boy went to the backyard. My father and his oddly. My father went through the other side. The oddly went through the other side. They caught this boy. By the time I came back, this boy was chewing gravel. He was naked. They were beating him. They now said, do you know him? I lied. I don't know him.
Yeah.
Who are you AIing? You want them to beat me too?
That's too bad.
For no lie, yeah. Me, I feel you because for me too, I was told not to date till I enter university, but it didn't happen
in
now.
University was from third year. My father chilled.
Are you serious? Yeah, it didn't
and
happen.
I'm not joking.
So...
Because when I was in third year, that he now chilled. He now was like, okay, who's the guy? I want to see him. And then the guy was like an official driver whenever he was coming to Enugu to visit me. Then if he wasn't driving the car, my father was going to break. I came, my friend, we're going to Enugu today. Oh, goodness gracious.
Thank you. All right, Mama, go ahead.
Me in my natural combination, being diplomatic about things, my first the only official boyfriend in Niger then was a family friend's son. So it was a family friend. And what I observed, and which is true, it's obvious, if the family sees you as a gentle person, everybody that comes around you is accepted, looks normal, which my younger sister didn't find funny. When people start to sneak around the compound and look for Nkiru, my younger sister, maybe my brother will hear, hey, what are you doing there? But my boyfriend will actually come to the house. Good afternoon, uncle. Good afternoon, auntie. That's our stepmom. Hello, play with everybody.
So he was a family friend. He was a family friend.
Yes. So in their head, if they didn't know that we were doing, they no. But we knew we were a couple. But he was accepted as if he was part of the family. It was not an issue. Same thing in his own home as well. If I go there, the brothers, everybody they'll come and say, hello, Fifi, how are you? Everybody will dismiss, or sometimes they'll stay with us, and that's it.
All right. For me, I was told not to even have a boyfriend till I got into university. It didn't happen. I had
this was after
a guy who lived in nowhere.
Mine was after secondary school.
Yeah,
my
I know.
Relationship started after secondary school, 2 years after secondary school.
I know. So mine, I had a guy friend in Uguta. Nothing happened, but he was always coming to my house. It's like a family friend like you two. Then before our senior WAEC, my class 6, I met this boy and we started dating. So he used to come to my house as my immediate older brother's friend, right? So when they finally found out, after like almost a year, when they finally found out he was my boyfriend, my mother and 2 of my brothers beat me so bad that I peed on myself. So that was how bad they looked at it. After beating me, they said, okay, this guy is coming to see you. This guy is coming to see you. You have to choose one. You know what I mean? So I had to make a decision. Okay, this is who I'm going to. So, Oche, do you have any experience about dating? No? Okay,
exactly.
All right. So we've come. Thank you, everybody. We've come to the end of the show. Mama, can you take it away?
I want to say one thing before you close.
Oh, go ahead.
The post on the advert saying, "Oh, do you remember things like bazooka?" I don't know if anybody has seen bazooka in recent times.
Yeah, but you don't always come with your camera. So can you show us? Can you put your camera?
She had a camera earlier today. I saw her earlier today.
And I'm blowing the bubble.
Where did you get bazooka? Where did you get it from?
Bring out your brush. If I bring out your brush. And I have my chaka.
Taking it away. Wow.
She blew it. Thank you, Beam.
And Stella for men. We're not fighting Stella for men.
Thank you. It's very interesting.
Wow.
Where did you get it from? Are you in Nigeria, Beep?
Yeah, no, I'm in
She's my sister. She's from Uguta.
Where did you get bazooka from? I want some.
The Market Basket stores.
Online.
I think you should find them to come and advertise in the shop in Market Basket. It's one of the large grocery stores in Massachusetts area.
Please, can you text us? Can you text us the name?
I will.
Bazooka, wow.
And that's the only gun we can really do balloon with, big balloon.
Exactly.
The ones here you try, nothing happens, nothing.
So,
thank you.
That's good. Thank you, sis.
Nice to see your face.
I'm talking about their country, Nigeria. For all its leadership woes, dysfunction, and chaos, we wouldn't trade our experiences growing up in Nigeria for anything else. I wouldn't. I love my country.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't too.
It gave us a balanced and solid viewpoint from which we used to see the world today. Coming from Niger. We have a fun childhood balanced with discipline and respect for elders and the rule of law, enough to know the right and ethical things to do in every and any situation. We look forward to returning to Nigeria someday, and even have our kids spend time frequently in Nigeria. We wouldn't trade our experiences of growing up in Nigeria for the world.
That was my best experiences.
Just to add to it, I have taken that bold step.
I did the love.
I've taken the bold step. I've sent okay, sorry, let me finish the talk. I took the bold step. I took my son, who was born in UK 2 years ago, to Nigeria. He's in a boarding school in Nigeria, in Abuja. He actually went back to school today for their junior WAEC. And he's having an experience. And I'm happy he's having that experience. So thank you very much. Join us again next week. And we'll be talking about the struggles of being an adult.
Hey, paying bills.
So the personal struggles in being an adult. Do you want to say something before we close?
The stupid boy was mentioning Agidi Jollof.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Agidi Jollof.
Alpha. African salad with kanda.
Yes. So if you don't know, you don't know. People that grew up in other parts of Nigeria have their own definite experiences. Most of us that grew up in Aba can relate to African salad, air condition, and all whatnot. Do you remember what air condition is?
Diet.
Diet. And Walls ice cream.
Anyway. Walls.
Do you remember going to the stadium during 1st October and Children's Day?
Complete.
Yes, March past.
I never went.
With your white sneakers? Your white canvas?
An outing uniform. You know, the outing uniform is always different from the school uniform.
Quando conta do bagulho bunda de palestra.
Even if them burn the oil, Nigeria go survive. I say if them drink the oil, no matter how them try, Nigeria go survive. I roost them strong for ground, ancestors no go green, Nigeria go survive. The God of thunder and lightning, unite and shield Nigeria, Nigeria go survive. Nigeria go survive. Africa go survive. My people go survive. Oh, Nigeria go survive. Nigeria go survive. Africa go survive. My people go survive. Oh, Nigeria go survive. Andrew, don't check out.
Andrew, don't check out.
Nigeria go survive. Now who go there for you? God is thicker than water. Nigeria go survive. If Andrew doing work, and me I do my own, Nigeria go survive. If our leaders do them best,
Thank you, everybody. See you same time next week for the next episode. Thank you, guys. Love you guys.
My people go survive.
Nigeria will survive.